Today's topic for discussion is grassy shoot disease of sugarcane. The disease is more destructive and very important disease because it causes heavy loss of the sugarcane. The disease it is also known as white leaf disease or it is also described as yellowing of sugarcane. In this case, all the leaves of the sugarcane plant that becomes white in color. It is one of the destructive disease of sugarcane and it occurs throughout the world. It is cosmopolitan disease, that means it occurs throughout the world and it has been reported from Sri Lanka, Burma, Thailand, Sudan, Taiwan and India. And in India, the disease was firstly reported in 1919 in Maharashtra state. Since then, it has been reported from other states of India, that is Punjab, Bihar, Rajasthan, Andhra Pradesh, UP, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Orissa. These states grow sugarcane in large scale and this disease has been reported. The losses occur due to reduced growth of the sugarcane and low quality of cane juice. And there are reports of 10% losses of the crop due to grassy shoot disease of sugarcane. Next, what type of symptoms occur on the sugarcane? The infected shoot turns grassy, that appears like a grass and it becomes profusely branched. Many branches arise from a sugarcane shoot and different types of symptoms are seen at different growth stages of the host plant. And the disease is also known as albino disease because the leaves becomes white in color. Therefore, it is also described as albino disease. And the chlorotic disease is also one more name for the disease, grassy shoot disease. And in some areas, it is described as leaf stuff disease. Okay. And the infected shoot remains short, it remains very short, stunted growth, shortening of the plant takes place, dwarfing of the plant takes place, and their canes remain very thin and with relatively short internodes are developed and the leaves turn small and narrow. Okay. Thus the shoot developing from the infected seed set gives a bunchy appearance or a grassy appearance. Hence the disease is named as grassy shoot disease. Okay. The infected leaves lose chloroplast or loss of chloroplast takes place in the leaf and because of that the leaf becomes white. Sometimes the leaves turn yellowish due to partial loss of chlorophyll. Later on the shoots of such infected cane they dry up and initially the leaf becomes yellow and then dry up. The lowermost node of the infected sugar cane produces large number of grassy shoots. Okay. Besides single shoot, many shoots are developed which are very thin. A bunch of shoots are originated from the affected node, affected seed set of the sugarcane. Okay. The infected leaves show linear light green or white or yellow colored streaks on the leaf. Okay. And the infection induces changes in anatomy and biochemistry of the infected tissue. And there are reports of inhibition of enzyme of sucrose synthesis in the infected plant. Next slide. Which organism causes the grassy shoot disease of sugarcane? Which pathogen is responsible for grassy shoot disease of sugarcane? The disease is caused by phytoplasma. Name of the pathogen is phytoplasma. Phyto means plant. Plasma means plasmodium like organism. Phytoplasma, it is an organism which causes grassy shoot disease of sugarcane. And this is an organism which looks like mycoplasma. It is similar to mycoplasma. And this pathogen occurs inside the phloem tissue of the sugarcane. Okay. And in earlier initially the pathologist they thought that this disease will be caused by a virus, but later on it has confirmed that it is a disease which is caused by phytoplasma. Okay, how is the structure of that phytoplasma which causes grassy shoot disease of the sugarcane? Phytoplasma, it is a small ovoid structure, spherical or irregular in shape because it can change its shape. It is a pleomorphic organism because cell wall of this organism is not rigid, therefore it can change its shape. And the spherical form generally its diameter is about 300 to 400 mm in diameter, and the filamentous forms are 3 to 50 mm thick, and which are these structures are enveloped by three layered plasma membrane. Rigid membrane is absent in phytoplasma, therefore it can change its shape as it is required. Okay, such a phytoplasma is having a ribosomal granule and a small fragment of DNA because it is a prokaryotic cell. In prokaryotic cell, the nucleus is not well developed. It is present openly in the cytoplasm. The open DNA fragment is freely suspended into the cytoplasm of the cell, and such a structure occurs in large amount towards periphery and in the sheath tubes of the phloem of infected sugarcane. The infected phloem appear, if we observe very keenly, it appears bluish in color, and when diseased canes are stained with the dyed stain. Okay, this is about the causal organism of the grassy shoot disease of sugarcane. How is the disease cycle? How the pathogen spread takes place? How the pathogen translocated from one place to other? Transmission. How the transmission of the pathogen takes place from infected plant to healthy. Okay, let us see. The disease is transmitted through diseased seed sets or diseased material by aphids or by leaf hoppers. Okay, the insects when they visit the infected plant, again they visit the healthy plant. The phytoplasma gets transmitted from one plant to other. Okay, the phytoplasma in the infected canes acts as primary source of inoculum. It is the primary source of inoculum, and it can also be transmitted through the agricultural tools which we use for weeding purpose and other purposes of agriculture. Okay, and the cell sap, cell sap of infected plant, if it is transferred to healthy at the time of weeding process, that also responsible to cause the disease, that is the secondary infection, that is called as secondary infection, secondary transmission of the pathogen. Okay, the infected plants remain in the field or for longer duration, which also acts as a primary inoculum for next year's crop. Okay, the disease can be introduced to new area through propagating seed sets. Okay, the insect vectors, aphids and several types of hoppers, butterflies spread the disease in the field. Okay, winged forms of insects are more effective in spreading the disease because they visit several plants at a time within a short period. Therefore, the winged insects are more responsible to spread the disease. And the transmission by dodder has also been reported. Okay, and besides sugarcane, there are some phytoplasmas which also attack this pathogen. It also attack the cereal crops. Okay, next. This is how to manage the disease. How to manage the phytoplasma disease of sugarcane, that is grassy shoot disease of sugarcane. Management of the disease. For the management of the disease, we have to use healthy seed sets for plantation purpose. Okay, because the infected plant, that is the seed set also carries the infection if it is from the infected sugarcane. We have to use healthy seed sets for plantation for sowing purpose. Okay. And another method recommended by plant pathologists, that is heat therapy. The heat therapy to seed sets is one more remedy against the disease. Okay. And the diseased shoots should be destroyed as soon as they have been detected in the field. Immediately remove the infected seed. On the basis of symptoms we can identify easily, and such seed sets, such plants we have to remove in very early stage, and destroy them away from the field for the management of the disease. One more management it is given for the management of disease, one more remedy, that is hot water treatment. The seed sets should be treated with hot water at 50 degrees Celsius temperature for 2 hours before sowing. This is one more method is recommended for the management of the disease. And we have to control the insect vectors which are transmitting the disease from one host to another. Control the insect vectors by using different recommended fungicides, insecticides such as Malathion, Roger, Endosulfan. There are several insecticides available in market you can use for the management of the insect vectors which are responsible for transmission of grassy shoot disease of sugarcane. Okay. And the pathologist one more given one more recommended one more treatment, that is tetracycline. It is the antibiotic, and which has to be used against the grassy shoot disease, and it is effective at 250 ppm concentration. Okay. And besides that, there are several cultural methods. Field sanitation is important. Remove all the infected or non-infected plant debris from the field before sowing purpose. This is the sanitation of the field. Okay. Thank you. Next. Thank you very much. Save trees, save earth.